Welcome, Marcus Hülsdau.
I've lived, worked and studied in Germany, in Slovakia, in Poland, in the UK. Internationalization is a really complex matter. You have to make a lot of strategic decisions. There is no one size fits all. When someone calls you and wants to tell you to buy something, you are anyway already reluctant.
What could be the topics in order to succeed?
It's important that you sound trustful.
Hello, welcome to another edition at decisiondeluxe.com. Here we have different conversations about academic topics like science, politics, and of course business. Well, today I have a great guest, but before I have to remind you how you can get in touch with us through the website Decisión de Luxe or Decisión de Lujo in Spanish, and also you can follow me in my Twitter account at Dr. Gustavo Adolfo or with the hashtag Decisión de Lujo. Welcome, Marcus Hülsdau. Is that the right pronunciation?
Yes, it is correct. Marcus Hülsdau.
Perfect. Welcome to this show. Tell us something about you. What's your background?
Yeah, of course. I'm Marcus Hülsdau, as you correctly pronounced. And I'm a master's student here at Lancaster University and at Kosminski University in Warsaw, Poland. And my background is pretty international, means I've lived, worked and studied in Germany, in Slovakia, in Poland, in the UK, and soon I'm going to Norway.
Wow.
So this is pretty much my background.
Yeah.
And therefore it comes natural that my research interest is pretty much focused on the internationalization of companies, particularly small and middle-sized companies.
Yeah, I remember that you have told me that you were going to publish a paper soon, right? Can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, of course. Well, I hope we publish. It's still in the hands of the editors.
Right.
But I recently presented on the European Academy of Management conference a paper on internationalization of small and middle-sized companies, so how psychic distance affects their choice and their performance when exporting. Mm-hmm. And to give you an example what psychic distance means, it sounds a bit weird probably. If you have a company in the US, for example.
All right.
And the US has two neighbors on each side, Mexico and Canada. Yeah. And while Canada is really, really close in many ways, like industrial development,
the
language, exactly, and generally culturally,
right.
Mexico is a little bit more different.
True.
And therefore, people in the US feel closer to Canada than they feel to Mexico.
Yeah, it would be more easy for them to get along with them, and so at some extent, right?
And it's easier to transfer information,
to assimilate the culture.
Exactly.
Right.
And this affects business people in their decision how to go international and where to go international.
All right.
And this effect was what we researched.
Wow. And could you tell us what could be some keys in order to succeed? I mean, I'm thinking about an enterprise that wants to go to a different country. What would be some keys in order to succeed in this internationalization process?
Mm-hmm. Well, I have to disappoint you.
Oh, come on.
There are no keys. I mean, internationalization is a really complex matter. You have to make a lot of strategic decisions in terms of which countries, of course, if you want to export or if you want to directly invest into the country, so build up your own subsidiary there.
All right.
Or and if you want to focus on one country, or if you want to spread over several, and each is dependent on your company and on your product. So there is no one size fits all.
All right.
But or what research showed so far, which is probably a bit counterintuitive, is that companies which internationalize into very psychically close countries fail pretty often, which is, we assume it's because they think it's the same, and because it's so close, they think it's the same, so we can just make everything like we do it at home, and then the small things cause failure. While if a businessman, for example, from Germany goes to Mexico, he's like, whoa, this is so different, everything is different, and he puts more effort into understanding the local culture than he would if he was going to Austria, for example.
Right. I remember you have also told me before you had an experience about a company that you were working in Slovakia, I remember. And then they wanted to get introduced into the German market. So what was in that case your contribution?
Well, the reason why they hired me is not very flattering. It's just because I was German. And the point is, my job was pretty much lead generation. So calling companies in Germany, it was a business-to-business business, and kind of telling them to work with us, so convincing them that our offer is a good one. And when you do,
and you will be more trustful because you are part of that, of the culture.
Exactly. So when someone calls you and wants to tell you to buy something, you are anyway already reluctant, and therefore it helps if the person is like you. And therefore it was very beneficial for the company to have someone who's from that local culture.
Who understands the culture, who speaks the same language.
Exactly.
Yeah, good. So could you can we go a bit more in depth on this topic? So could you tell us a bit about what could be the topics in order to succeed in this internationalization process for companies?
Yeah, of course. Well, I can particularly talk about what I did, obviously. So what I did was cold calling. People don't like it usually because it's it's something where you get rejected pretty much 90% of the time.
Sure.
But if you do it properly, you can increase that. And things which are very helpful is make a proper setting for yourself. So when you're calling a company and you want them to trust you, it's important that you sound trustful.
Yeah, of course.
And one mean is, for example, to stand while you call. It might sound ridiculous because he can't see you anyway. But if you stand, you've got a fuller voice. Another thing is smile.
Yeah.
He can't see you again. But if you smile, you've got a different voice and you sound friendlier. And don't sit at your computer. Every distraction you have is directly transferred to the customer or potential customer.
Sure.
And he will be, no. Thank you.
Yeah, well, these actually are very practical tips, you know, because sometimes we take for granted that the other person will be perceiving the way that we think that we are presenting ourselves, but more often than not, this is something that is going to be misled by some probably different cultural backgrounds, but also from different perceptions that you have already, right? So, well, unfortunately, we have to end this interview. But before, I would like you to tell us how can the audience, how can our friends there can get in touch with you?
Yeah, of course. Well, just search me on LinkedIn or use this URL. And send me a...
It's linkedin.com/Marcus Hülsdau, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It is not with this I don't know how can I say that letter?
It's
All right.
yeah, and just put into the contact request decision deluxe, so I know where you're coming from.
You'll be happy to answer some questions of our friends there.
Obviously.
Brilliant. Okay, well, guys, you have to remember that it's really easy to get in touch with us as well. So it's just going to Twitter @drGustavoAdolfo, and you can use the hashtag Decisión de Lujo in Spanish. And of course, you can go to the website in decisiondelujo.com or decisiondeluxe.com. Thank you very much, and see you soon. Bye bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Welcome, Marcus Hülsdau. Is that the right pronunciation?
Yes, it is correct. Marcus Hülsdau.
Perfect.
From the cultural settings, sorry, can we
Marcus Hülsdau, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It is not with this. I don't know how can I say that letter?
It's
all right. All right.